Hello there, and welcome to your mat. Welcome to your practice. My name is Delphine, and I'm very grateful you're practicing with me today. I've named this class Out of Your Shell into Your Body as an ode to mobility, as an ode to openness, and to pierce through resistance. We'll be working a lot on mobility in this class, especially mobility of the lower body and the hips. The hips that stabilize us, that help our range of motion, that carry us through every day, but also, as we say in yoga, as we say in metaphysics, it is the bowl of our being, of our emotions, also a place where we gather a lot of trauma, and gather a lot of emotion. So we'll be opening that up ever so slowly, ever so slightly, but very strongly today. So I hope you're ready for it. I will be working around the emotion of resistance in this class. So for me, resistance, it's an emotion that I felt quite often in my life. I'm a person very privileged, very blessed, but I haven't always been able to accept the present moment, accept my current situation. Maybe it's something you recognize yourself in as well. Resistance it's a tricky feeling because sometimes we don't always recognize it, and it's very much a sign of control, trying to control, whilst really controlling life is part of the big illusion, for there is not really any control in life. There is the control of our response to things, but there are certain things that are out of our hands, and life's really a game. It's really a journey into acceptance, which makes it so beautiful. But without further ado, I will start this class with a beautiful quote from the wonderful Eckhart Tolle. So the quote goes, "Resistance is an inner contraction, a hardening of the shell of the ego. When you surrender, a new dimension of consciousness opens up." So resistance, as much as it can seem like a guardian sometimes it is an emotion that keeps us locked in, tied in, and keeps us locked in our own little shells, in our cocoon of comfort. So we think, so we say. But once we are able to break through this bubble, this illusion, this comfortable cocoon that's actually limiting us, we're able to let in and open up to a new consciousness, a new awareness, a new you. So a more free life, free in our bodies, free in our minds, and allowing our souls, our spirits, our hearts to speak. So I'd like to start this class with placing an intention for yourself around this theme, the theme of resistance and openness, and the mobility, a free range of motion to move through life with more ease, with more comfort. I will put on a song for the start of our class, in which I simply invite you to sit, relax, ease, mellow down, melt your body, melt your thoughts, let it all drift away, and let one special gift, one intention, rise to the surface, rise to the top of your mind, to slowly during this class, during this day, or during this evening, make its journey from your mind to your heart. So we will start in Hero's Pose, which is this wonderful name for a wonderful pose. We will place the knees together and just come and sit down on our heels. Now, this isn't an easy or comfortable position for everyone. I recently had a knee injury. This position was just horrible for me. So if this doesn't feel right, just find your comfortable seat in cross-legged position. Or you could place a block or two blocks in between your legs and come sit down on your block. The knees will shift slightly outward. Keep the toes in line with the knees, the feet in line with the knees. Or you could sit on a little pillow or place a pillow underneath your knees or underneath your thighs and your shins. So from here, find your comfortable spot. We're going to place the heels closer together, because you could also do this posture with the heels dropping out, but we'll just keep the heels as closely together as we can. And then we'll start by touching our lower backs, and maybe we will find that we're arching the back slightly as our bum sticks out. Then we're just going to gently push the tailbone down a little bit, tuck your tail in, and start activating your core. Place your hands, hand palms facing up ever so slightly on your lap. And then as we inhale, we will lift our shoulders towards the ears. As we exhale, roll them back down. Allow the shoulder blades to move slightly towards one another. And puff your chest up ever so slightly. Everything very gently, very soft. And then bring your chin towards your chest. Just enough space for a sweet, sweet apple to lie in between the chin and the chest. And start to close down the eyes. Find ease in your face. Iron out any wrinkles. Release any resistance, any tension. Tension we often hold in our eyes, the area around our nose, our chin, our jaw. Unclench your jaw. Allow your tongue to float in your mouth. Allow all your hairs to relax. And just take in the moment. Take in your breath, your heartbeat. Take in the music. And allow that sweet, sweet intention to spontaneously rise to the top of your mind. Place your right hand on your heart, left hand on top of your right. Allow your shoulders to drop. Keep your face still, like a white page, neutral, calm, ready for and full of opportunity. Open to life, to the moment, to this practice. And let your intention drip, drip, drop from the top of your mind to the depth of your heart. And let's take a deep inhale together through our nose. Puff up the chest against your hands. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale, release. Inhale, stronger, deeper, stretch that inhale. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale, lengthen that exhale. Now let's stretch that inhale even more. Inhale. Sip in a little bit more air. A little bit more. Hold it here. Hold your breath. Allow your chest to relax, shoulders to relax, belly to relax. Hold it. Exhale, open mouth. Release. Now perhaps you felt some force, some resistance in this breath. And that's okay. Just let it go. And set your intention for openness, softness. So even though we will be moving slowly, we will be working quite hard. So don't push yourself. Test your limits, but don't force yourself. Accept where you are, where your body is, where your mind is today, and let it be. Dive into the present moment, here, now, as sweet or as bittersweet as it comes. And then gently blink open your eyes. Release the hands. And then bring the hands forwards, open your fingers wide and draw the fingers towards you, really spreading the fingers and really feeling the sensations in the palms of your hands, in the front of the hands, the base of the hands. And then move the fingers down towards your mat and draw in the fingers towards the wrists, towards you. Keep the fingers wide open. Feel the stretch on the front of your hands. And then from here, very slowly, start to make little half moons by drawing the fingertips towards the center of your mat. And then bring them back down and turn them out towards the outsides of the mat. Back down, center, down, side, down. Center, down, to the side. And then slowly bring the hands together, interlace the fingers, and start to roll circles with the wrists. Try to do this with a strong awareness. And then roll the other direction. I always find this so funny to suddenly roll the other direction. Initially, it always feels a bit strange. And then release and shake out your hands. And then let's place the hands down on our mats, shoulder distance apart, or slightly wider if you'd like to find more space in the shoulders. I like to keep my index finger in line, parallel with the side of my mat. This gives me some more space for the shoulders, but you could also opt to place your middle finger aligned with the mat. Spread your fingers wide. Plant the tips of your fingers down, the knuckles, as well as the ball and the base of your hands, so the entire hands. From here, let's start to glide and grip our fingers towards our knees and then to the middle of our legs. Let's slowly plant the fingers down, make spider fingers. As we inhale, lift the chest forwards, push your bum back slightly. Then as you exhale, start to round through the spine, opening the shoulder blades and lift your knees as high as you can. Maybe you want to walk the fingers back just a little bit. Feel the stretch on the front of the foot, perhaps your shins. Maybe your knees don't come as high as mine. That's completely fine. Just try to feel the sensation of this movement. Then as you exhale, bring your knees down. slide your fingertips forward, tuck your toes, all 10 toes are tucked now, and slightly start to move back. Grab a hold of your ankles, and then go and sit up for a minute, slide back bend, very slow, very slightly. And then move your hips back down, slide the hands forwards, bring them in front of the knees, bring your feet back down. As you exhale, slide the hands back. Inhale, push the chest forward, bum back. Exhale, round through the spine. Start to lift your knees. Keep on rounding through the spine. Inhale, gently come back forwards. Puff the chest up. Exhale, slide the hands forwards. Tuck the toes. Slide the hands back. Grab a hold of your heels or ankles. Lift your hips. Open your chest. Shoulder blades to touch. Exhale, gently, gently come back down. Slide the hands forwards. Bring the feet back down. Slide the hands back. Inhale, puff up the heart, bum back. Exhale, round through the spine. Push onto your fingertips. Lift the knees. Gently come back down. Inhale. Exhale, hands come forwards. Tuck your toes. Hands slide back. Hold on to your heels or the side of your feet. Then move your hips up. Inhale. Push the chest forward. Tuck in your belly. Exhale, gently, gently come back down. Bring the hands forward. Release the feet. Then bring the hands underneath the shoulders, shoulder distance apart or slightly wider. Spread the fingertips. Then from here, move the weight forward just slightly so the shoulders are over the wrists. Now, if you want to do this movement with me, we're going to just place the feet flat down. If this is too much for you, please just tuck the toes. That's fine as well. Wherever you are, just think about yourself. So as we inhale, we'll push our bum up. We'll push our chest in between the arms, elbows are a micro bend, and then open your throat, shoulder blades to touch. As we exhale, start rounding through the lower back, pushing the pubic bone to your sternum, then opening the shoulders, really rounding through the back, chin to chest, and then start to lift your knees until you can perhaps lift your entire legs. You can stretch the legs or keep a little bend. Inhale here. Exhale, gently place the knees down at the same time. Inhale, push your bum up, start to arch the back. Then open the chest forwards. Deep inhale. Exhale, start to round the spine. Lift your knees up. Lift yourself up. Inhale here. Exhale, gently place both knees down. As you place both knees down, start to arc through the spine. Puff your chest up, open your throat. Shoulder blades to touch. Exhale, round through the spine. Press onto the fingertips and start to roll yourself up. Exhale, both knees down. Tuck your toes. Push the toes into the mat, maybe massage them a little bit. And then from here, inhale, push the chest forward, bum back. Exhale, round through the spine. And gently lift yourself up. Keep the knees bent. And then step the feet shoulder distance apart. Keep the knees bent and heels lifted just for a moment. Press onto your hands, press yourself back, and then press the heels down. Then start to slide the hands closer to the feet. Lift your feet for a moment, or you lift your toes for a moment, sorry. And then plant your pinky toe, your fourth toe, the third toes, the second toes, and the big toes. Yeah, this is what yogis do in their free time, trying to plant toes down and trying to exercise the mobility of our toes. And then from here, gently sway from side to side. come back to center, press the toes down, start to activate your glutes, start to activate your thighs, the quads, tuck in your belly, and very slowly using the strength of your legs, using your core, vertebra by vertebra, start to roll up to a standing posture. Roll the shoulders up when you come up, and then exhale. Roll the shoulders down. Then from here, plant the hands in your waist, in your hips, and then plant one hand on your lower back, your sacrum, and your front hand on your pubic bone. From here, start to tuck the tail. So press down very softly with your back hand to tuck your tail in and find your pubic bone coming up slightly towards the sternum. Then feel your belly, find activation in your core. Start to activate the glutes, activate the thighs, and gently start to lift your kneecaps up. Then feel the pressure on your big toes and the little toes. Move your weight slightly forward into the toes and slightly back into the heels. Forward into your toes, back into the heels. Then move left and right, left and right, and then make a circle without going anywhere, just feeling the balance on your feet. And then circle the other direction. And then slowly come back to center. Place the feet together, bend through the knees, and grab a hold of your knees. I'll be facing you to show this one. Grab a hold of your knees, just bend down and start to roll circles. Holding onto your knees. Maybe your heels will lift a little bit and then roll to the other side. And then open the knees and close, open and close, open and close. Other direction. And gently release. Now we're going to do a little balance exercise. If your balance is not that good today, please feel free to hold on to a wall or a stable surface. So place the feet together, toes touch. We have a little bit of distance in between our heels. Tuck the tail, strengthen the glutes, the quads, lift up the kneecaps ever so slightly. Keep a micro bend in your knees so that don't start to drop into flexibility. Roll the shoulders back. Place the hands in your hips. Look at a still point, a drishti, in front of you. Perhaps eye height are on the ground. I like to keep my gaze on the ground. And then start to come onto the tips of your right toes. From here, really activate the glutes, the core. Place your attention. And as you inhale, lift up your right leg. Lift it up as close as you can. Bend your knee. Activate the core. And then start to make a point with your toes. Flex. Point. Flex. Point. Flex. Point. And flex. And start to roll the ankles out, making little circles with your foot. And in the other direction. And then keep your foot still. Point the toes and start to tick-tock, tick-tock, the toe going into the internal and external rotation of the hip. And then release that motion as well. Draw the knee in. Maybe use your hands here if you want to draw the knee in slightly closer. Then place your left hand in your hip and open your right knee to the right. Inhale here, open the knee as far as you can. Exhale, start to bend through the left leg. And very slowly, as slow as you can, move your right foot to the left. Come on to the knife edge of the foot. And then maybe if you can, see if you can place the foot flat down on the ground. We bend through our Left knee or right leg is stretched. Bend slightly deeper. Then as we inhale, scoop up the right hand and stretch towards the left. Stretch as far as you can, really spreading the fingertips, reaching the fingertips to the left. Open your chest forward, shoulder blades back. Inhale here, stretch. Exhale, bring your hand back to your hip. And then very slowly as you can, come onto the tips of your right foot. Bend through your left leg and bring your right foot all the way back up. Exhale, plant both feet together. Big toes touch, slight space in between the heels. Look at a still point in front of you. Activate thighs, glutes, core, shoulders back. Come onto the tips of your left toes. With your inhale, lift your left knee. Either hold on to the knee or use your core here and start to point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, and flex. Then roll the ankle. Keep your attention on that drishti point. Roll your ankle in the other direction. And then stop that movement and start to tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. And then also stop that movement. Perhaps hold on to your knee, grab it slightly closer, right hand in your right hip, and start to open the left hip. Open as far as you can. Really feel that motion, feel that opening happening slowly, but really happening. And then bend through the right knee and start to step your left foot to the left, coming onto the knife edge of your left foot, and then perhaps placing the left leg down. So I have a bit of knee problems in this leg, so it's not always best for me to place the foot down, so try to feel where you are at today. Bend through your right leg, inhale, scoop your left arm up, and then stretch the left fingers to the right. Inhale, stretch further, press your chest forward, shoulder blades back. Feel the stretch on that left side body. Breathe into and expand that left lung. Inhale, exhale, gently come back to center. Place your hands in your left hip, and then very slowly, as slow as you can, step that left foot back, up, and down. Ooh, balance not so good today. Well done. Shake out your legs. And then let's open our feet as wide as our mats. Heels in, toes out. And then slowly start to bend through the knees. Stretch, bend, stretch, bend, stretch. So we're going into a yogi squat. This is not an easy posture. It's not for me. It might be for some of you. It might be harder for some others. So if you want, just you can see now, bend down slightly more. If you feel your hips or your heels lifting here, you might want to roll up your mat or place a pillow underneath your feet. So that's what we can do to adjust this pose. So slightly come up again. Inhale, bend through the knees, open the arms. Place the hands against one another. And then exhale, start to come into your yogi squat. So we'll start by placing our elbows into our knees. Then we'll push into our hands, push into your elbows, open the knees more. Feel the weight on the knife edge of your feet. So don't allow your feet to drop in. This might happen because of the way your body is made, but try to find focus on the knife edge of the foot. And then let's try to push and puff our chest up and forward, shoulder blades back to keep a long spine. So try to avoid rounding through the spine here. Really puff the chest up forwards, draw the belly in, use the strength of your arms to push the knees out. And if this is an easy position for you, you'll probably be relying a lot on your flexibility. If this is a difficult position for you, you will try to probably rely on making it as passive as possible. but let's try to make it as active as possible. So using our muscle to stay in control, to find stability, to find elegance, and to find balance. So let's start to really activate our glutes. So tighten your bum, tighten your butt, tighten your glutes, and do so much that you could lift your elbows away from the knees and maintain that long spine. So activate your core, activate the glutes, puff the chest up forwards, and then place your left elbow, or your left upper arm rather, in your left knee and slightly push open. Very slowly, little pushes. Try to stay on the knife edge of your right foot as well. Don't allow your right knee to drop in. And then switch side, push right leg, push right, right, and then hold it. Maybe you keep the hands forward, stretch the fingers wide, tighten those glutes. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bring the hands behind you on the fingertips, and then slowly come down and bring the feet in. I will be sitting towards you just so you can see me. I won't be in the most elegant position, but it's the easiest way to explain to you what we'll do next. So from here, just as a transition, let's place our feet forwards, hip distance apart, open the knees slightly, then crawl the fingers in front of your legs as far as you can go. Here you will feel the spine rounding slightly, so you can allow that to happen. Now think of the time when you were a child and mom and dad took you to the seaside. You used to play in the wet sand. Now imagine that wet sand underneath your fingers. Create spider hands with your fingers too as you inhale. Really crawl, draw, and move through that wet sand. Draw the fingertips towards you. Bring the fingers in, and then as you exhale, throw it back. So as we inhale, crawl the fingertips towards you. Maybe you close your eyes. Open your shoulders wide until your hands come towards you. Bring the shoulder blades in. Puff the chest up and exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Maybe envision that stand. Envision your childhood self. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Open the shoulders. Draw the hands in, puff the heart up, and exhale, release. Then from here, let's open our legs slightly wider and allow our knees to drop open and down. Now place the ankles underneath your knees and then flex your feet. So draw the toes towards you. This is the not so elegant position I was talking to you about. So the heels underneath the knees, and we form a 90-degree angle here with our shins and our feet. So from here, really feel the sitting bones, and then you can start to give a little bit of pressure on your knees or your thighs. And then from here, you can place the hands next to you. If this posture is already a lot, maybe you place the hands behind you without dropping. So keep the shoulders, the back, long shoulders down, and then start pressing, really pressing the knees in. Maybe you close down the eyes here. So we'll do this quite a lot in this class. We'll just sit still, but we'll be working. So without moving, we'll be putting slight pressure on our muscles to dig into the myofascial, or the fascia, which is like liquid spider web that connects our entire bodies from toe to brow, to the crown of our heads. So keeping our body elastic, helping with the motion, the range of motion in our bodies, helping with our mobility, our strength, stabilizing our posture. So it's a really, really interesting, intriguing, I would say part of our body, but it's actually our body itself, this fascia. So with holding poses, with keeping gentle pressure And playing with resistance will be opening up, liquidating this fascia, freeing our bodies. So keep on pressing those knees down. You should start to feel this in your glutes. I can feel it. So keep pressing down just a little bit more. And then gently, release. Bring the feet together. Open the knees and then butterfly wings. Your knees open and close. And then we'll come into a posture quite popular right now in yoga. It's called 1990. It's a very nice posture, I think, because we'll be working into the hip a lot and into the deep hip flexors. So from here, we'll come and face the front of our mats. We'll put our right leg, the thigh of our right leg, in line with the side of our mat. Then we'll bring the shin parallel to the front of our mat, and we'll start to flex the foot. Draw the heels towards the knee to protect our knee joints. From here, look at your left leg. We want to keep our thigh in line with the front of our mat and our shin in line with the side of our mat. Start to flex your toes, your foot here as well. Then feel your comfort zone. This might not be a comfortable position for you and requires quite a lot of hip opening, but feel it, try it. If this really doesn't work for you, you can always place a pillow underneath your left butt cheek, or if the right knee doesn't go down, you can also place something to support the right knee. So place the fingertips next to you, slightly wider than shoulder distance, and then close down the eyes. Keep your spine long. Draw the chest forward ever so slightly and engage the core. Keep it active. Keep your face soft and really start to settle into this posture. Keep on flexing the feet. And then from here, let's open our eyes. Either we stay onto the fingertips, and either we crawl, we drag the mat, the floor towards us, or we push it away from us with our fingertips. What we're aiming to do is really tightening the muscles in our arms. So using the power of our arms. Either you stay on the fingertips or you make fists, pushing the thumb down and activating the arms, keeping a slight bend in the elbows. I'll go for the fists. So I'm tightening my arms, making them really strong, activating my arms, my core, and then we will start to press our right knee and right heel into the mat. So try to really feel that pressure of pushing down that right knee, pushing down that right heel, activating the arms. Stay here. You can keep your eyes closed if you want. Keep on pushing down, flexing your right foot, flexing your left foot. Push down. Really try to engage here. Try to keep strong. Feel that pressure. Feel that tension. Often going through our resistance means opening up. Facing our resistance means creating space for something new. Be open to life and open to freeing our bodies of whatever it is that we kept locked up in there. So push the knee down, push the heel down, keep on pushing, and then gently release. Also release the arms and just feel here. Feel your body. Feel whatever has erupted from the deeper layers. Take a breath, and then let's start to activate again. Fists or fingertips down, activating the arms, micro bend in the elbows, and then from here, bring the right knee down, but start to feel as if you're going to move your shin into your chest and the chest to your shin. So keep the integrity of the spine, but feel as if you're holding a beach ball. We're still at the beach, holding a beach ball between your shin and your chest, as if you're squeezing that imaginary beach ball in between the shin and the chest. So squeeze it in, squeeze it in. Try to lift that shin in your thoughts. We're not moving, but we're making this movement, envisioning this movement, and activating it in our deeper tissue. Really touching those hip flexors, that fascia, that beautiful layer. of that spider web wrapped around our bones, our veins, our arteries, our organs, our muscles, tendons. So keep on squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. Squeeze in more, and gently release. Just feel, close the eyes, take a breath. Keep the length in your spine. And then let's make fists again, or grab a hold of the floor. Push your knee down, push your heel down, push, 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 push a little bit more, and release. And then squeeze that beach ball, squeeze, 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 squeeze more, and release. Now from here, we're going to face your left knee. So start turning yourself. Maybe this is a lot for you, then place the fingertips behind you without dropping back. So keeping that length in the spine. Maybe you want to adjust your seat. So allow your navel to point in the direction of your left knee. Sit here for a moment, adjust to this posture. And then again, grab a hold of the floor, the mat, with your fingertips, or squeeze in the fists. Activate the arms. Push the chest ever so slightly forward, and then start to push down your left knee and your left heel. Keep on pushing. Maybe you close down the eyes, and don't allow this pushing motion, this tension we're putting on our knee, on our heel, to mark in your face. So keep your face very soft, but keep on pushing that left knee down, left heel down. Push, 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 push more. And gently release. And then we'll start to squeeze our beach ball. So activate the arms, activate the core, and start to squeeze the beach ball in between your shin and your chest, moving your chest forward without actually moving too much, and lifting the shin without actually lifting the shin. So a bit of a tricky explanation here. Kind of like a mirage of things, but it's really happening. I can feel it happening in my shin, I can feel it happening in my left leg. So really squeeze and gently release. Again, fists or fingertips. Push the left knee down, push the left heel down, push, 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 push. Push a little bit more and release. Now lift the shin, chest forwards. Squeeze and release. Place the fingertips down. Now very slowly, very kindly, slower than you do usually, start to come back to center, placing the feet down. And then we're going to go into this beautiful pose called dragonfly in yin. So I always use this name because I like it a lot, the dragonfly. So move into a wide-legged forward fold and flex your feet, toes towards you, and start to activate the front of the leg. So use your quads, use your glutes as well to help with the lengthening, the stretching of the back of your leg, the hamstrings. So activate the front legs. Then let's start to place our fingertips down, push the chest forwards, and then again, making little fists, activating the arms, flexing the feet. Inhale, chest forward. As you exhale, start pointing your feet and gently come down. Keep your spine long by pushing the chest forwards. Maybe you don't come forwards that much, that's okay. Inhale, start to flex the feet. Gently roll back up. Exhale, point the feet. Slowly come down. Keep your spine long. Keep the activation of the front of the leg. Inhale, flex the feet. Come forwards. Last one. Exhale, point the toes. Move forwards. Inhale, flex the feet. Come up. Now start to move your upper body in the direction of your right foot. Flex the feet, open the toes. Inhale, push the chest forward. Exhale, slowly come down and circle forwards. Circle forwards and circle to the left. Inhale, come up left. push the chest up. Exhale, come down on the left side. Roll yourself to the middle and roll yourself to the right. Come up, inhale here. Exhale down. Inhale, come up left. And gently release. Now we're on the left side for our 90-90. So bend the knees. Left thigh in line with the side of your mat. Flex your left foot. Right thigh in line with the back of your mat. Right shin in line with the side of your mat. Left shin in line with the front of our mat. Find your comfortable position, keeping your left butt cheek down, keeping your left hip pointing forward, and then maybe you want to move the right hip down or back just a little bit and find how you can place the right butt cheek as close to the floor as you can. Flex your feet, place the hands on fingertips in front of you, slightly wider than shoulder distance. Close down the eyes for a moment. Bring your chest forward ever so slightly, shoulder blades to touch on the back of your back, and then activate the core. Try not to let your belly just drop. Keep a nice, firm posture, nice and controlled, elegant, stable, balanced. And then either we're going to grip the hand with our finger, or the ground with our fingertips, or we will make fists. Make fists, activate the arms. Push the chest forward and then start to press your left knee, left ankle into your mat. So keep on pushing left knee down, pushing left ankle down. Push, 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 push. Push down, activate the arms, activate the hands, activate the legs, the entire leg and the belly, the chest. Gentle pressure on that left leg. Push down, push down, push down, and release. Take a breath, feel your left leg, feel your right leg. Make fists again, or grab a hold of the floor. Push the left knee down and then start to squeeze that imaginary beach ball by lifting in your thoughts and in your muscles. Lift that left shin towards your chest and your chest towards your shin. So really feel that activation in your leg, flexing your toes, keeping a soft face, soft features, squeezing. Squeeze a bit more, and release. Just one moment of stillness, and then back to activation, fists, and start to push your left knee down, left ankle down, push harder than you've done before, and release, and then squeeze, bring the shin in, chest forward, squeeze, and gently release. Then start to move facing your right knee. Perhaps you stay here, or if this is slightly too much, you bring the hands back. Turn your navel towards your knee. Don't allow your chest to drop, so keep the chest forwards. Maybe you just grab a hold of the floor. Maybe you make your wrist. Make the wrist, activate the arms, and start to push down right knee and right heel. Push down, keep on pushing. Keep on piercing through that resistance, going into the deep, deep layers of your body, allowing your body to pierce through old habits, old patterns, things that we hold on to, that we cling to, that we actually feel like we want to let go, but for some mysterious reason we can't. Because our minds and even our bodies, our fascia has attached itself to it. So push the right knee down, push the right heel down, push, and release, close down the eyes, just a little break. And back to activation. Activate the arms and start to squeeze that beach ball in between the shin and the chest, bringing up the shin, feeling that activation of the shin, of the hip, even of the thigh. Squeeze in, keep on squeezing. So the fascia is also like a memory stick of our body. So it really remembers and incorporates every one of our patterns, of our rituals, of our habits, and it creates that form in our body. So we will see this in our posture, in whichever illnesses we have, whichever injuries, however we move through life. So keep on squeezing, 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 and gently let go. Activate the arms, push the right knee down, push the right heel down, push, 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 and release, and squeeze again, squeeze, 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 and slowly, slowly release. Place the hands down, come back to a wide-legged seat, flex your feet, activate the front of the legs, make fists, push the chest forward, inhale, exhale, gently, gently come down, keep the length in the spine, look at a still point on the ground, keep your neck long, stay here, activate the front of the legs, pull the toes towards you, find your seat, press your pubic bone down into the ground, and then maybe release the hands, keep your hands strong, and then as you inhale, bring your right arm forward, your left arm back. Inhale here, lengthen, and then maybe you can start to bend through the elbows and start to bring the hands towards one another. Then inhale, lengthen, bring the hands back to middle. Exhale, inhale, bring the left arm forward, right arm back, stretch, and then maybe you bend through the elbows. Maybe try to bring the palms of the hands as close together as they can. Inhale, stretch out again. Open the arms, place the fingertips down. As you exhale, round through the spine. Gently, 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 ever so gently. Come back up. Bring the soles of the feet together. And butterfly, open the knees. Very softly, gently, kindly. Let's go back to our 90-90 posture. So our right leg comes front, right thigh in line with right side of the mat, right shin in line with the front of the mat, flex the foot, and left thigh in line with front of the mat, left shin in line with side of the mat, flex the foot. Place the hands on the fingertips next to you. Then turn your hips forwards, chest forwards, tuck your belly in. Now from here, let's start by gently trying to lift our left knee and down. Left knee up and down. Left knee up and down and up and down. Now try to lift your left ankle up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Either you stay with one of these two or you try to level up. So try not to, in these next movements, try not to let your body drop to the right too much. So maybe you'll feel a slight motion of moving to the right, but try to keep your intention of looking forward, pressing the right foot down, pressing the right knee down, keeping the foot flexed, and keeping your right butt cheek in the mat. So either move the knee up or move the ankle up, or maybe here you try to lift the entire leg up and down. Lift up and down. Lift up and down. Last one, lift up and down. Now either you stay here or maybe you want to add on. If you want to add on, place the hands in front of your heart, either keeping wrists or keeping Anjali Mudra or Namaste hands. So as we inhale, we'll lift our leg up and then we'll bend through the knee and bring it in. Bring it back and down. Lift up, bring the knee in, bring it back and down. Lift up, knee in, back and down. Last time, up, knee in, back and down. Now for the last edition, as we inhale, lift the leg up, bring the knee in, stretch your foot out forwards. Bend your knee, bring it back and down. Inhale up, knee in, stretch out, bring it back, and open, back down. Lift up, knee in, stretch it out, bend through the knee, side and down. Last time, up, lift, stretch, bend, side and down. Well done. Now from here, sit nice and steady. Maybe bring the hands forward, maybe hold your wrist or your fist. And then as we exhale, very slowly bring the knees up and rotate to the other side. Maybe we can do that again. So gently come to the middle and find your seat back to where we were. One more time, inhale, come to the middle, and then back to the side. So maybe just like me, you've moved a lot, so try to move back onto your mat. So the intention is that we learn not to move too much. I'm not quite there yet. So place the fingertips next to you. Find your nice and steady 90-90 seat, and then let's start to lift up our right knee and down. Right knee and down, knee up and down, up and down. Let's try to lift our ankle up and down, up and down, up and down. Last one, up and down. Now add on, try to maybe lift the entire right knee. If your right knee feels like lead, like 100 pounds, that's okay. That's really only normal. So try to lift the right knee up and down, up and down, up and down. Last one, up and down. Maybe you find that this side is a little bit easier for you, or maybe a bit harder. For me, it seems to be a little bit easier. So bring the hands together if you want to add on. Inhale, bring it up, bend the knee and bring it in. Bring it back and slowly down. Up, bend the knee, bring it in. Side and down. Up, bring the knee, bring it in. And side and down. Last one, up, bend the knee, bring it in. And side and down. Maybe add on. Up, bring the knee in, stretch forward. Bend the knee, open and down. Up, knee in, stretch, bend, neck next to you and down. Up, knee in, stretch, bend, open and down. Last one, up, knee in, stretch, knee in, down, down. Very well done. I hope that you are satisfied with your range of motion. If you're not, well then this is a very nice practice to increase your mobility. Gently, gently come back forwards. Now we'll move into the last part of our practice today. Bring your right ankle in front of your pubic bone. And then place your knee back. Perhaps we lift our hips. Perhaps you bring your knee into the sole of your foot, or if you're super flexible, you can bring it into your ankle. So I'll just put it on the sole of my foot just to help my knee a little bit as well. You can place your left foot flat on the ground, or you can flex the toes and plant the toes into your mat. From here, very slowly come up and find your seat. So you're lying on your knees down here. Now let's place our hands in our backs, move the elbows towards one another, breathe in, puff the chest up, and then move your hips forwards. Inhale here, and as we exhale, slowly, slowly come back. Place your hands together, make a wrist and hand, or fist and hand around it, and then as we exhale, slowly bring the hips back. Don't go down and sit, but just stay here. As you inhale, gently come up, hands in your lower back, puff the chest up, look up, exhale, come down, hold on to your hands, and go and sit. Not entirely, but just keep your seat. So as we inhale, back bend, exhale, come down. 2 more, inhale, back bend, exhale, come down. 1 more, inhale, back bend, exhale, come down. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Place the hands, gently come down. Stretch out your left leg. Keep your right foot near your left thigh. And then start to move yourself in the direction of your left leg. Inhale, puff the chest forward. Exhale, slowly walk yourself forward. Keeping the left foot flexed, keeping the spine long by pushing your chest forward as if there's a little thread tied to your sternum and someone is pulling you forward. Grab onto your fingertips and then claw the mat or the ground with your fingertips. Bend through the elbows and use this clawing motion to push your chest forward and lengthen through the spine. And then just for a brief second, place your hands down, start to round through your spine, come down. And then as you exhale, slowly roll yourself up. Place the hands in front of your chest and let's switch our feet. So without using the hands, if you can, move the feet in, then move your left foot in front of your pubic bone and start to bring the right leg back. Place your fingertips. Make sure your left leg is in a 45-degree angle. Place your right knee into your foot or behind your ankle, and then you can place the right foot down or right foot toes into the ground. From here, slowly come sit onto your knees. Make sure your hips are nice and square. Push your chest up. Bring the hands into your lower back or your sacrum, pushing the elbows towards one another. Fingers can point up or down. Inhale, push your chest up. Look up if you want, if it doesn't hurt your neck. Then exhale, hands in front of your heart, and gently come sit down without actually sitting down, bringing the hips back. So inhale, back bend. Exhale, slowly lower down. 3 more. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, slowly lower down. Last one. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, slowly lower down and hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come down. Keep your left foot in front of your pubic bone. Bring your right leg out to the side. Flex your foot. Feel your sitting bones. Turn your torso, your chest to face your right foot. Flex the toes. Inhale, puff the chest up. Exhale, walk the fingertips forward, keeping the length in your spine and keeping the grounding feeling in your sitting bones. Claw your mat with your fingertips. Draw the fingertips towards you, bend through the elbows, and feel this motion of your chest moving towards your toes. Spreading your toes, activating the quads, the front of your right leg. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, bring the hands flat down. Start to round through the spine just for one sweet moment. And slowly roll yourself up. And without using your hands, perhaps lift your feet, plant the feet. And I was turning, I don't know where you were on your mat by now. Just bringing the feet hip distance in front of us, holding on to our shins. Inhale, push the chest forward. Exhale, roll over your sitting bones. Start to open through the spine, opening the shoulder blades, sucking the belly in, bringing your chin to meet your chest, and hang out here. And literally hang a little bit, holding on to your shins, keeping the big toes grounded, rooted down into the ground. Feel the opening of the shoulders, release in the spine. As you inhale, roll over your sitting bones. Start to bend through the elbows. Push the chest in between the arms. Open your neck, open your throat rather. And then come to a neutral spine. From here, root your big toes down. Feel as if you're pressing a block in between the thighs. So activate the thighs, activate the calf muscles. Bring the arms forward. Stretch out through the fingers, opening the fingers wide and pressing the palms of your hands forwards, opening the shoulder blades. Now tuck in your belly, suck in your belly. Inhale, push the chest forward. Exhale, slowly start to come down, ever so slowly, ever so slightly. Keep the big toes rooted and then find a spot that is quite uncomfortable. A spot where you're meeting with resistance. And just hold on there. Keep your face soft. Feel your glutes working. Keep your toes rooted. Keep on squeezing the inner thighs. And then as you exhale, very slowly, vertebra by vertebra, find your way to lying on your back. And once we've reached this comfortable position, bring the knees in and grab a hold of your ankles or your shins. Then start to move your feet up, flex your toes. Now the soles of our feet are in line with the ceiling. Now from here, grab a hold of your ankles or your shins. Press your shoulders down, keeping a lot of opening through the shoulders, allowing your shoulders to melt down, and then try to feel your sacrum, so your whole spine is in your mat. Bend more through the knees and allow your legs, your thighs, to frame your body. So now our thighs are next to the sides of our body and our knees are drawn down. Use the power of your hands on your shins to draw the knees down a bit more and keep your sacrum in your mat. So we want to keep our back very long. If this doesn't work and you're rolling up too much, maybe you can hold on to your shins a little bit closer to the knees, and that will help you to keep the entire spine flat on the ground. Now from here, let's start to open the knees as wide as you can, keeping the lower back on the mat, keeping the openness in between the shoulders, and really opening the shoulders, resting the spine down, creating space for the hips, the groin, the belly, the breath. Inhale here, and as you exhale, slowly bring the feet together, soles of the feet together. Grab a hold of your ankles and then draw your feet as close to you as you can, opening the knees out front. Inhale, exhale, bring the knees back together. Grab a hold of your elbows or your arms. Squeeze your knees in. Now as you inhale, stick your nose in between your knees and try to hold your breath for like 3 seconds or so. Really squeezing yourself. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then gently, gently come down. Stretch your legs out. Time for your Shavasana. So if you want to grab a blanket here, or put on your socks, or a sweater, or whatever you need, maybe you want to take off some clothes, whatever you need to be comfortable in this Shavasana. Open your arms slightly wider than your mat, hand palms facing up, and heels as wide as your mat, toes flaring open. Maybe you lift your shoulders for a moment, open the shoulders entirely on your mat. Maybe you lift your hips, sink your hips down, and allowing space, spaciousness, openness. allowing your body to surrender entirely, fully and completely. Allowing your breath to soften, allowing your heartbeats to slow down. Allowing your body, your mind to sink into the spaciousness of rest. And find that when we surrender, when we let go, we become light and open. We invite life. We invite the moment, however it comes. And we adopt this mindset of being okay with whatever comes. Having our thoughts, having our intentions, having our dreams, and building on the road towards them, but being okay with whatever the road looks like. Being okay with however dreams and plans actually turn out to be. And now, can you imagine your body to be like an egg? A hard-boiled egg. A sturdy shell that we tap, tap, tap on, little taps, until little cracks start to form in that shell. Like roads on dry earth, like branches of a tree, chaotic movement, little side branches, little side roads, like veins in the shell everywhere. And can you start to feel that through those cracks, through those openings in that hard shell, light is sipping through. Light is penetrating the darkness, creating a new world. Air, wind is flowing through, creating freshness, novelty. Oxygen to make us feel alive. And all the natural elements are allowed to infiltrate that shell. Wind, rain, fire, ether, space, spaciousness, earth. All the elements we need to grow. We need to be alive. And can we invite them? Can we draw them into that shell? that shell that we thought would protect us but was actually limiting us. Can you feel those little cracks growing, spreading, opening more and more, until finally whatever you knew, that shell you were locked into, breaks open. And even though you were very scared of that, you realize now it actually brings life. It actually takes you to meet the elements for the first time. Feel the sunlight for the first time. Step through the rain. Jump in the ocean for the first time. Feel a gentle breeze on a hot day. Feel humidity of the tropics lying over you like a moist blanket. Feeling the sand underneath your feet. Feeling space all around you. Can you feel that rebirth in your body? Or openness, invitation, kindness, courage. And can you allow that to guide your thoughts and set your spirit free? Gently start to move your fingers, move your toes again. And then bring your right hand to your heart and your left hand on top of your right. Squeeze your hands into your heart and make circles, massaging your chest area. And let those circles be still. Allow your hands to slide over your body all the way to your face and place your hands in front of your eyes, creating darkness. And can you see little bits and pieces of light shining through? Little cracks in that shell. Many shades of life. And slowly bring your hands back down and place them in a prayer position in front of your heart. Just allow your intention to find its way back to your mind, back to your heart. Take a deep breath in and out. And then find your way, your own way to a seated position. And when you find your way to your seat, place your hands in Namaste in front of your heart, thumb touching your chest, and bow and humble your brain towards your fingers. Stretch your fingers towards your brain for a moment of no resistance, of blending in with the present and with who you are here and now, perfectly imperfect and imperfectly perfect. Bring your hands to your third eye. Press your thumb in your third eye as an intention to see, feel, perceive, and experience life with more soul awareness. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, open your eyes. Take in your surroundings. Smile. Namaste. Thank you very much for practicing with me. Thank you very much for sharing your time with me and allowing me to guide you through this practice. I hope you enjoyed and hope to see you again.